about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Some skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullet is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo will win the Italian Grand Prix!
Gonzalo running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello out there and welcome to Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Achos. Salifu Usman is right here in the studio with me. Salifu, welcome once again to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Afa.
All right, quickly on today's episode of Sports Orbit, as usual, we have a bumper package for you. But first, we'll begin from the news coming from the Flying Eagles, where today the Flying Eagles of Nigeria will be in action up against the Etalions of Burkina Faso. Yeah, I actually says the team will go out for a win against. Actually, the match comes up tomorrow. Bosso's charges will take on the Young Stallions in their second Group B game at the WAFU B Under-20 Championship. The encounter is built for the state, the Senyi Kuche in Niamey, Niger. Recall that the Flying Eagles had defeated the Black Satellites of Ghana 2-0 in their opening game. A win over the Etalions of Burkina Faso will enable the Flying Eagles book a semi-final ticket in the WAFU B Under-20 competition. Salifu, we are looking forward to the match between Coach Bosso's boys and the boys from Burkina Faso.
Yeah, after the first match against Ghana, people are now beginning to have interest in what is happening at the WAFU Cup. Before now, a lot of Nigerians are not showing any concern about the match is going on there. But after the victory against the Ghanaians, a lot of Nigerians are now looking forward to the match. But to me, I want to urge Bosso to start restraint. He shouldn't be talking too much. He shouldn't be aggressive because I believe Ghana has arrived and beginning to talk to already for anybody. All you need to do just go out there and play his match quietly and let the result tell the story. Not him making noise ahead of the match.
Completely agree with you. I really haven't sat down to watch this group of Flying Eagles. I don't know if you have. And is there any player or players you've been able to?
Because even in the first match against the Ghanas, I was not having the opportunity to watch the match. What I had, from the highlights, there's a touch of flicks of football that you cannot say, well, this team will have a place to go. But what really impressed me is that beating the Ghanaians was not a joke. But I hope that let's look out. I think we shouldn't be shocked too much about this. Or this fly go yet because they fly Ghanaian. We shouldn't be shocked too much about them yet. The story that happened at the AFCON should teach us a lesson. When the Super Eagles was signing from everywhere, and before you know, even within the group stage, we started tipping the fly Super Eagles as a candidate for the final. Unfortunately, after the gra in the first round, the second round they were knocked back home. So we shouldn't. That experience shouldn't make so much noise about the flying. We should just watch the team. Let's see that let the Bosso and his boy prove to us that the victory against Ghana was not just a fluke. Because against the Ghanaians, I didn't watch the match. The highlight I showed us was touches of football that can impress that they want this to be happy somewhere to go. But let's watch this right. Stay patient and watch what will happen against the Etalions from Burkina Faso first. And after that, the problem is final. For me, if I can maybe say, let this team, the team is still on the building process. The team is not yet, they are not yet even 2 months old when they started. So, both whoever is involved with the coaching and the players, and if don't push particularly to exercise he should caution himself not to make too much about this team first, this team yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe due to how the NFF in recent times have handled the youth grade competitions. In the past, whenever the Flying Eagles was going for a tournament, it was almost like the Super Eagles.
It's always out there, but
Exactly, because one the Flying Eagles is like a step into the Super Eagles. So there used to be so much interest around the Flying Eagles, but just like you said, this time around, maybe until recently, the kind of interest that was shown in past Flying Eagles squad has not been shown this way. In fact, like you said, if not for the fact that we are in this profession, a lot of people do not even know that the Flying Eagles are even playing a competition. But this is because of how they've handled age grade competitions in recent times.
in recent time, other particular under this dispensation of our opinion, if not, Fly Eagle supposed to be Fly Eagle is a feeder team of the
Super Eagles directly, yeah.
And if you look at this critically, throughout this era, apart from the last player that grew up from the Flying Eagles of the like of a bit of Sime and Shukuji, who were part of the at the 2015 FIFA World Championship in Chile. So after then, looking at we can critically look at the players who have grown up from there to the Super League. In the past, we used to even have a complete squad of almost 80% or even almost 50, 30, 40% of the Super League progress to the Super Eagles to become part of the team. And if you remember, during the Holland 2005, after the World Championship in Netherlands, when the Fly Eagles lost in the final to Argentina. A lot of money. It's like the whole nation was aware that
it was like the World Cup. It was like the World Cup.
It's a World Cup.
Yeah.
It's like the senior World Cup. The whole nation, even go to the interview, go to the building, the last building, everybody was aware that Nigeria was in action.
Exactly.
But gradually we are beginning to losing that, and here we are losing that gradually. If not, even as we may not have even benefit from each competition because a nation who have won FIFA under 15 World Championship 15 times should be able to tell a story of where they are from. Of course, but unfortunately, we are not there.
Well, anyway, we wish Ladam Bosso and the Flying Eagles luck and all the best as they file out against the Etalions of Burkina Faso in that one tomorrow. Now, on to the CAF Confederation Cup, where I think there's some good news for Nigeria. Recall that in the past, when it comes to the CAF Champions League, it used to be a two-legged affair in the final, but just like it's done out there in Europe, CAF has decided that it should be a one-legged final, and the maiden edition of this one-legged final, Nigeria has been selected as the host, and of course, the nest of champions out there in Akwa Ibom State will be hosting the final of this year's edition of the CAF Champions League. I think if you ask me, this is a good one, good development that Nigeria has even been selected.
Yeah, it's a good development. Why the CAF Champions League will hold in Morocco? It's a positive development that we are choose to host the
Confederation Cup, rather. Confederation Cup, yeah.
And it will add value to the economies of Akwa
Ibom State. Definitely.
The two finalists will definitely fly to you. Be rest assured that both of them, they will not carry the hotel from where they are coming from.
At all.
They have to rent the hotel in you. So the hotelians will definitely benefit from it. The transporter also benefit from it. They will be they also come with their fans. Those fans also has to book a hotel, have to take a time, have to do that. So I think there's economic value. It will add in terms of economic time, it will add value to our own system of football and our own system and in real particular benefit. It is a good development. But why Nigerians are quite excited about this development? The Akwa Ibom are not happy about the situation. Because I've read the story, like leadership run the story completely. Our correspondent in Uyo lamented where the fans are lamenting that the nest of champions have been taken over by refuse and weeds.
Can you imagine that? You see, we always have
blaming the government and the government of the day under the Emmanuel who don't have failed to maintain the sanity. So the sanity of that stadium, that they refuse, that they see refuse data everywhere, and even the league has taken over the pitch. But as far as CAF went ahead to approve this stadium, let's hope that there need some maintenance and be carried out. Because if CAF have not certified they may not have approved it. But the story is that you are not happy about the way the stadium has been left out to wallow, be taken over by reduce and we.
No, but like you said clearly, for CAF to have it approved, it means they have gone there to inspect it, looked at it. So for them to give the approval, it means the stadium is and the pitch is good enough for a game of football.
It's also an opportunity. It's also an opportunity for as a wake up call. And the state government to also do some maintenance for all the necessary, all the cleanup and necessary. I think this will give you some life to the stadium for maintenance. I think maybe lacking according to the citizen.
I think for me, this kind of projects like this is best if government even involves some sort of public or private partnership. I mean, the truth is, government cannot do everything. Yes. We know how when it comes to maintenance, how government feels. This kind of project, give it to a private consortium to take care of the maintenance instead of trying to do everything. If you give this to a private people, a private consortium who knows that they are going to make profit, they are going to handle it as a business, give it a proper renovation, give it a proper facelift to enable the stadium to be ready for football.
Our kind of style of the way we do things here. Government also use sports, and that's why you see a lot of state government running the football progress and have value for them to also lift money. They use that to hide under it and then like put to help the other to whoever they want to put there, and as the school to lift whatever they want to do too.
Well, congratulations to you. Well, I think it would have been better. Imagine that the Nigerian team had made the final. It would have been a big boost. It would have been played at home. I mean, home advantage would have come into play in this one.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
And maybe, that would have been a good one if the Nigerian whole team had been selected for it. But I think CAF is a good development for CAF. I think if Nigeria's team have been in the final, maybe Nigeria have not been.
Exactly.
But they need to learn from the way UEFA does their team.
In fact, UEFA, even before the competition, they select. They say this year, this is where we are playing the final. Yeah.
The host bid for it, and they announce it before the final. I think CAF this is a starting point. I think CAF in the process to learn from that situation. So if you look at it, because after we have played the final, they now choose the game and they say they choose in the favor of you. Like for instance now, the Allies for the Confederation Cup are kicking against the soils of Morocco. Wara Casablanca as the host for the final.
Well, of course, that's because Raga is in the team is in the final.
Raga is in the final, and after Al is in the final.
Yeah.
So Al has already kicking against that decision.
All right, away from that now to some tennis, where a Nigerian top-ranked star Aaron Okwadri is actually praying and hoping for an injury-free season to enable him continue to improve and move up the ITTF ranking. According to him, he said it has been a difficult journey so far to the top. Last week, the 33-year-old Nigerian became the first ever African Nigerian and black player to be rated in the top 10 in the world by the ITTF. Aaron revealed some sacrifices he has made to continue to rise in the game. These include several hours of travel, sleepless nights, hours of hard work, and many injury moments. He said there have been several times of getting defeated, and of course, several positive wins. In the end, I can say I'm very happy, I'm satisfied and fulfilled, but of course, everything is still possible if I'm able to continue in the same way. I mean, we can only wish the same for Aaron Okwadri to stay injury-free and continue to move up the rankings. I mean, since last year, he's been consistently moving up. Who knows, maybe before the end of this year, he might even break into the top 5.
Top 5, that's the wish of that's our wish for him, and we hope that he stay injury-free just as he has prayed for himself. We join him in prayer that he stay injury-free and continue to grow up in the game, because as he grow up, Yes, his first is Abna called by his name, but if you go later around this Nigeria, but
Nigeria,
that Nigeria, all of us, it's our own nation, it's our pride. So we derive the joys and we derive the pride for him being ranked on top there, and we can't waste him less. We can't continue to pray for him that he stay injury free, and when we probably should go off for the hoping for the Commonwealth game and come out and also give us a good medal.
All right, that's that for Aaron Okori. But this junction will go on a short break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that short break. Now on to our next story, where a Nigerian international Paul Onuachu has continued his goal-scoring form after scoring in his club, that's Genk 3-2 win over Sporting Charleroi in the European qualification playoff fixture at Segeka Arena on Tuesday, that's yesterday. He was visiting Charleroi, who took the lead against the run of play when Malagasy international Marco hit the back of the net in the 34th minute. But after the break, Onuachu made the score level in the 55th minute to double the lead courtesy of an own goal from Ken Nkuba. Well, Onuachu, for him, he has continued in his tradition of consistently scoring goals, but like a lot of Nigerians will continue to ask, he's been on fire for the last 2-3 seasons when it comes for the club side, but when it comes to his inclusion in the Super Eagles, it becomes a whole different story.
You have a story to have his space.
Yes, exactly. Is it like he's not good enough, or is it like he's not favored by the coaches?
He was not included in the list of invited players from the
Even for the friendlies, he's missing. Yeah.
He's missed on the list. And that is, I don't know why the Nigerian coaches and don't find this young man very hard. He has all the quality.
Yeah.
He has the height. He has the speed. He has everything that his strike needs to have. But unfortunately, I don't know. They don't find him worthy and one good enough to lead the attacking line of the Super Eagles. I would have expected that when the Salisu Yusuf excuse Vito Sime from the squad, exclude Igalo from the squad. One of the bring a national.
Even Kelechi was not in the squad.
On the squad, so bring a national to include in the and that's what we done. But unfortunately, for a friendly mind, he was also missing on the list. But the young guys has been consistently hitting the back of the net in the major league. It's one of the fierce, deadly strikers in the major league. All the defenders in the major league are quite aware of the nation. But I keep on. I'm one of his fans. I wish him well that maybe he's securing a move to the Premier League when Nigerians can appreciate him more when they watch him weekly and week.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it all. I wish he could, get a move to maybe a more visible league where at least more Nigerians will see what he's capable of doing. Anyway, away from that, now to a bit of transfer news where reports say that Arsenal are already in talks to sign Gabriel Jesus from Man City. Recall that with the signing of Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund, that striking position, which Jesus has held on, he might not have enough opportunities, because even in this season where City does not even have an out-and-out striker, Gabriel Jesus have actually struggled for game time. Exactly then, but with the arrival of someone like Haaland, I think his chances of even getting on the field of play will even become slim. But looking at if Arsenal are able to pull out this move, do you think this will be? Do you think he has the qualities? Is it kind of striker Mikel Arteta should be
That's a
looking
question I
at?
also wanted to ask. I mean, so sometimes you don't even understand. We are not a coach. So the coach will understand better what they want. What they want to. I don't know what Arteta is looking in the Jesus and maybe he has found the quality in him. But what I'm saying is it the Gerrard that Arsenal needed going for next season? If they eventually qualify for the Champions League,
Exactly.
is it the Gerrard Jesus you needed to fill because Arsenal as they don't have a right man, or a complete point man striker at the moment in the absence of Lacazette. If he's likely moving now, because if you look at last 2 months, Lacazette is no longer playing.
No, of course.
Arteta is already another issue of another issue with another player. He wanted to ease him out. So Lacazette is already on his way out, and that's all making him that he may likely move. So if Lacazette leave, is it the resources Jesus that Arsenal will need for a next season campaign? Well, I wish you that whatever you want, I will feel that he gets what he want and then to see.
Yeah, but maybe when you look at maybe the fee involved, it might not be too much of a huge sum, because historically we know Arsenal always exactly always have, because I know there are quite a few good strikers out there, but maybe their prices might not be what Arsenal would not be chasing Arsenal away.
I agree with you. One of the money is mentioned, you don't say Arsenal, but when you see there's a free market, that's when it's one way to enter the free market and then get it cheap. And that's why we're.
All right, we'll look at some EPL. First of all, we'll start by EPL result. One match went down yesterday. Of course, it was Liverpool against Aston Villa out there at Villa Park. We call that Aston Villa is being coached by former Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard, but Liverpool won that one 2-1. Of course, Aston Villa at the point looked like they're going to run away with all 3 points, because they actually took the lead initially, but Liverpool came back through Matip and managed to collect all 3 points in that one. But I think Aston Villa put up a good showing in that one.
Yeah, they actually did, but if you're looking at the good they considered is on their own fault. I can't even. I was watching the play just now before come to the city, and that's what the defender was doing to allow him to stop the match. He stopped the ball in the 80 but they don't control the ball, he fall down, and Liverpool got the ball. So if you stop the ball in your 80-yard ball, and you couldn't control the ball with a team like against Liverpool, what do you expect? You expose yourself to the danger, and that's why Liverpool were able to get that much. So Liverpool actually strong with that much
they did.
To the point where, and now with that victory, they still maintain their slim hope of winning the title. And let's see how it used to be tonight when Liverpool, Man City.
Of course, tonight to be Wolves, away to Wolves, while Watford will be at home to Everton. Of course, Watford also has been relegated with a trio of our Nigerian stars in that one.
Five.
Okay, 5. There's Tempo, there's Dennis, there's
the Tempo, there's Dennis,
there's Chus-Ekong,
there's Promise.
No, I think Promise is no longer in that team. I think there are 3 of them, but Watford has been relegated. But
there's one guy who moved to that club. One Nigerian guy, I couldn't remember now. There's one guy apart from Chus-Ekong, Dennis and Tempo. There's another person who moved to that club. Is it Samuel?
Oh, okay. I can't remember his other name. But anyway,
Moses Samuel. Not Moses Samuel. There's one is Samuel.
Okay, yeah.
You're
right. Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, 4 of them. So I mean, they've been relegated already, but they will be hosting Everton tonight. Let's see if they will be playing for Pride this time around. For Everton, they still fighting to ensure that they escape relegation. While
not spoil the party for the Everton.
yeah, of course, exactly. Well, another team too who has been relegated already. That's Norwich City will be away to Leicester, while Leeds United also battling tooth and nail to ensure that they do not drop down. Will be hosting Chelsea tonight.
Hosting the Chelsea, and if Chelsea has become find a funny of losing consistently, they have losing their last
and Leeds, for someone at least who still have hope,
who are still have hope,
is going to be a really tough encounter.
Chelsea will be in for trouble this night, and Arsenal found the best play that Chelsea also drop a point, and if Arsenal win their match to jump to the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, interesting matches to look out for now. We'll keep an eye on that one.
Definitely, the match against the Leeds,
it will be a difficult one.
It will be a very difficult one. It will be a very dicey one for both sides.
I agree with you completely. Well, away from that now to the other news from EPL, where Tottenham manager Antonio Conte has insisted that it was unfair that Tottenham's home fixture against Arsenal was postponed due to COVID. Recall that match, which has been postponed and will be played tomorrow, actually was initially slated for, it was supposed to be played in January, but due to the outbreak of the Omicron variant, had to be rescheduled. But I see no reason why Conte is, worried about this one.
He is worried. He said that if they have played that match, then
they was sure. Why is it sure that they would have won?
Because he was lamenting that
because at that point, Tottenham were not even in the best of form.
They were in Europe. I don't know. They have a match against the Reds, and they were asked for a postponement.
Yeah.
For EPL to give them the time to postpone. They say the time to postpone, and they say they lose the 3 points. And according to you, Arsenal only have one personnel on the medical on the COVID positive case. And if Arsenal just have one player on the positive COVID case, why should the EPL grant Arsenal request to postpone the match just for one player that was on the positive COVID case?
Well, for me, I think Conte shouldn't have much to
complain about the issue.
It's
still at your disadvantage.
I mean, you're still playing at home, and Tottenham is not like they are not in good form. They are in good form. I mean, with the performance they put up against Liverpool, I mean, playing at home.
Maybe he's been scared because the Arsenal has played in their last.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking at the form of Arsenal also, and of course, this
and from the records. Conte in his managerial career has played against 8 times. 8 times, only win 1, draw 3, and lose 4 against Arsenal. So,
yeah, and of course, this match is almost like a final. If it was played in January, it wouldn't have held more significance. But this time around, it's almost like a final because whoever wins this match, most likely, except something happens, should be might end up.
For instance, if Arsenal win this match, definitely Arsenal is already home dry at the top 4. If Arsenal win, that will give them 7 points ahead of Tottenham, and with 2 matches to go. Even Arsenal lose their last 2 matches, Tottenham can always get to 6 points from the last 2 matches, and definitely Arsenal is already home dry. All Arsenal needs to do, if Arsenal win this match, win the match tomorrow, if they win the match tomorrow, that means their top 4 position is already sealed. But if they mistakenly drop the point or lose the match, that will narrow the gap between the just 1 point and will keep more pressure on us. And when Ateta is under other pressure, they can form by making any mistake. Any form to make any mistake. They will also, as somebody who is pathetic was not called, all I can ask for that Ateta need to go all out tomorrow, win your match, beat Tottenham, and go to sleep.
We'll keep the eye on that one. That one comes up tomorrow at the Tottenham Stadium. And for our final story before we leave, we'll go to boxing, where former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson will not be prosecuted by authorities as a result of that punching incident that occurred, I think 2 weeks ago or last week on a plane with a passenger. Actually, after looking at the incident surrounding that altercation, I've decided not to file any charges because actually clearly the guy who was the one who was the aggressor, I think Mike Tyson, I actually saw the video, was already in the plane, and the guy kept talking at the point he was threatening to stone him with a bottle or something, and Mike Tyson got upset and had to punch him. And of course, even in the plane, nobody supported the passenger because this man was minding his business, and people were on social media were like, you mean you even had the guts to see Mike Tyson playing, and you went to disturb him, a former boxing champ, someone who used to be called.
It's like threatening somebody with a gun.
Exactly. I mean, this man used to be called the most dangerous man in the world. You know that. But
I consider the principal lucky.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't even hurt him.
Exactly.
Just punch him and knock him down from the plane like that.
Actually, so like Tyson, he will be prosecuted as a result of that incident.
We advise our boxing legends that we know the strength, we know the kind of strength they command. Anytime they come against the weaker side and anybody, any of us who are not into the boxing, they should know that they are in the midst of ordinary people. Whatever the provocation, they try to also control their angers.
I totally agree with you. Well, here's the most we can give you on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Don't forget that tonight some matches will be going down in the EPL. We'll be watching that, and tomorrow we'll give you a complete review of all of that. Salifo, thank you once again for hanging out in the studio with me today.
Thank you, and then before we go, the report just reached us that the Honorable Minister of Transport. There has always been a call. There has always been rumor that he's going to contest for the governorship of Oyo State. But the report just reaching us now, just right now, that the man has drawn his application, has rejected the call, as they put it by according to the post by his media.
So he prefers to continue as minister.
Yes, it's more lucrative to consider as the minister than to go and contest for the governorship that you are not able to show. So maybe because remember after today's strike, the president of the country, as all the ministerial appointees, all their appointees, whoever is interested in the elected position to turn in his generation. But as a response to that, the Honorable Minister of Transport has said, well, he's not interested in becoming the governor or neither a senator from Oyo State.
All right.
So we can be rest assured that
the piloting affairs of the sports ministry.
We see him in the next 1 year at the Minister of Transport.
All right. Congratulations to him.
Well, we wish you well that he's continuing
we wish him well.
The of Nigeria's in terms of sport development.
And we hope that in the next, with the 1 year left in his administration, we'll continue to see more development, more innovations coming from the sports ministry under his watch.
More importantly, that the distraction about it is going to contest.
Yeah, exactly. It's no longer there.
I think that often Tower he always dash to Bosso to go and do shit. I think he now have more time to
focus on sports development. All right. My name is Alpha, your host. Until come your way tomorrow again. Stay safe out there, and it's goodbye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.